Partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? What's good with the people? How's y'all doing on this Week Warrior Wednesday? You say Week Warrior Wednesday? What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it. But before we do that, what's good? People like hee ha ha, man. You know what I'm talking about? Ken in the pen, bro. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Did I say Ken in the pen, man? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get the stick up in stores now. You go get you some on 76 MacArthur Johns Liquor, uh, 82nd Hillside Barbershop. They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. Now you know, because I tell you every morning, but just in case you don't like me, you don't watch my show, or you just don't mess with me like that. That's all right. You can come get them from me, man. Still, you know what I'm talking about? Bruh's not a hater. Oh man, I messed that up, man. You know I got to come with the, you know what I'm talking about? Platinum spread. Sprinkler system on you. What you say, bro? Sprinkler system on you. You know what I'm talking about, man. Also in stores, man. You know what I'm talking about. Funkadie trying, man. You know what I'm talking about. And if all else fails, make sure you go to Amazon. Get you a hardback, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's that? Swing that finger, you know what I mean? Worldwide INC. What'd you say, bruh? Worldwide Incorporated. What'd you say, bruh? Worldwide. I ain't gonna say what does that mean, bro. I'm gonna say, hey, you know what I'm talking about? Means everybody. You say, what, bruh? Say, hey, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody included, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Mike, Cutthroat, Lil Rue. Not Lil Rue. Lil Rue, man. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next, man. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through these disclaimers. But before we do that, my mama said breast and whiskers when you're on TV, man. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't that piping hot? I'm gonna have to go get some more warm. Now, good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug usage, man. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug sellers. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no alcohol consumption. Don't you take a sip of the sippage. Don't do it. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no I don't promote no crime. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no violence. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. I don't promote no negativity. No. Me, man, I don't promote shit. They was talking to me, man, I don't promote shit. No, man, me, all I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing, do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, man. But good brother like myself, man, I'm not prejudiced, nah. A good brother like myself, I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. Nah, you know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I ain't got nothing against the little people. Nah, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. I just love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. What you say, bro? That back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here, man. Come on over here, man. Come fuck with your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. Y'all hold on. Let me go put some warmth on this coffee, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. That classic roast, piping hot. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, man. I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out all the niggas who can't stand sunflower seeds but love sunflower dressings. Ooh, yeah. I see you. Feel right. Look at that there. I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's good with the people, man. They say, bro, what you up here talking about today? Oh, man, this one right here gonna go all the way around the board, man. Week Warrior Wednesday, bro. Just Week Warrior Wednesday, all that shit we got going on now. You say, bro, what is you talking about? See, this one right here, and it's kind of, I was just listening to one of the things while I was working out this morning and shit, bro. I was listening to, you know, I'm talking about some of that shit that be coming on, man. And it just, it dawned on me as people, we full of shit. You say, where, bro? No, I've been knew this, but it just dawned on me as people, we full of shit. Now I'm listening to motherfucker tell a story, and the way he telling the story, He telling one of these jail stories or whatever, and I'm listening to him tell the story. See, if you ain't never been to jail, you might have listened to this nigga. But the nigga was telling the story, I could tell, like, even though he went to jail, he was a square ass. You know what I'm talking about? Just because you go to jail, bro, that don't mean nothing, bro. If you a square, you gonna be a square in jail too, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You know how many niggas be going to jail, PCing up and rolling up and just doing hella other shit, bro? Like, you'll be surprised, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You'll be surprised. You know what I'm talking about? You would, bro. And so I'm listening to him, but basically, long story short, because I actually like dude who was telling the story and shit. You know what I'm talking about? There's nothing against them or whatever. I just recognize that shit in him telling the story though, bro. Us as people, we full of shit. And it said that in the 48 Laws of Power too, bro. I ain't bullshitting. I don't know where it said it at, but it said some shit like even nigga, you will show weakness, bro, and somebody weaker than you will pick on you. You know what I'm talking about? You show weakness and like in front of everybody, bro, a motherfucker weaker than you or start trying to pick on you, bro, just because you showing that weakness. And that's a fucked up thing about jail because you always got to be on, like you just always got to be ready to take it there, bro. Because motherfuckers do shit just like that. Like in jail, you gonna have more tests than a bitch. Because them niggas play a lot, you know what I'm talking about? But he telling the story, man, let me tell you something if you ain't never been to jail, bro. If you ever go to jail, bro, and a nigga try to explain to you to sit down to use the bathroom, hit that nigga in his mouth, bro. Hit that nigga in his mouth, bro. Don't never let no nigga tell you you gotta sit down to use the bathroom, folks. First of all. But yeah, I'm just listening to a nigga, and like I said, I like dude, bro. But the way he was telling the story, he was on some bullshit, folks. Long story short, you up in there with one of your folks or whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? You up in there with one of your folks or whatever, and you basically try to put the clamps down on your folks, man. You know what I'm talking about? You trying to, you basically picking on one of your own folks, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's a no-no. I just tell them niggas out here, bro. Cause like I told you, bro, when I was out here, I ain't bullshitting with you. There's gonna be a lot of niggas come through this motherfucker talking about they from and I'm gonna tell you how niggas do that when niggas don't be from somewhere, bro. When you catch a nigga out here, bro, a nigga always gonna name one of them famous turfs, folks. That's why, like, if you meet a nigga out here and a nigga tell you, like, one of them distinctive turfs, like a nigga say from Dag or something, you know he probably ain't lying, bro, because that's like a distinctive turf. Like, a nigga, till you meet a nigga, he say from Dogtown or something, he probably ain't lying, bro, because you just ain't gonna, them ain't one of the, you know what I mean? Them distinctive turfs, bro. Like, you gotta be from Oakland. Like, hella people don't even know Dogtown and 9-8 and Dag, and you know what I'm talking about? But you know what everybody know? Brookfield. You know what I'm talking about? High Street. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to tell you, the number one them niggas be the Village and 11-5. You know what I'm talking about? The Village and 11-5, bruh. They get so many of the motherfuckers. Where you from, bro? I'm from Sabrani Park. I'm from the Village. But you always get one of them miscellaneous ass motherfuckers that's going to claim one of them big turfs. One of them turfs you done heard Too Short saying a song or something. You know what I'm talking about? But a lot of y'all probably didn't even know I used to do my thing in West Oakland, did you? I told y'all I had a dope spot in West Oakland. Nigga on 20, my granddad owned hella Victoria houses and shit in West Oakland, bruh. I ain't bullshitting. A lot of y'all, nigga, my granddad might have been y'all landlord. I ain't bullshitting with you. You know what I'm talking about? But I was over there with my partner and them. They knew me from, they wasn't even tripping. My nigga G and them. I just knew my nigga name was G. You know what I'm talking about? Over there on 25th off of, right up the street. That's crazy. It was right out. I want to say it was 25th and Martin Luther King, nigga, down the street from Old Man Park. With Fish and them. You know what I'm talking about? I used to have a dope spot right over there at my granddaddy's house. And they was some players. You know what I'm talking about? My nigga G and them, they was some players, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. They was some players. Because they had all the right, nigga, to trip. They see I wasn't even shortstopping their money, bro. That was just my spot. If a knock happened to come up in there, I'm going to serve him, though. You know what I'm talking about? I actually gave the dope to the knocks up in there, so I wouldn't be causing no friction. Oh, baby cuz was good for that one. I'll put some dope fiends in a motherfucking motel room on your spot. I'll put some knocks up in there, man. with a good old bundle of them solids. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all be up in there smoking all. I done low key took over just like hella little spots like that by just letting the Dolphin grind. It was always like you had to have some knocks that was serious about their money though. You had to have some knocks that wouldn't just finna smoke your product. You had to have some real hustling ass knocks. But that was the best because the knocks was always around the knocks anyway. So if you had one of the knocks you could trust, the knocks was just gonna everybody was gonna go over there with the knocks to smoke anyway, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Always. But anyway, I jumped in and I got off the thing a little bit. But like I said, I used to run in the hell of them niggas being in jail and shit all these and it used to be like, bruh, either this nigga just gotta get up off the yard with us, bruh, or you know what I'm talking about, you gonna have to handle your business. But for the most part, bruh, you don't sit there and see another nigga whether he fake or not. You get him up off the yard then, bruh, you get what I'm saying? But you don't really supposed to let nobody else do nothing to one of your own. You check that problem, folks. You get what I'm saying? And that's what was so hard about doing time out here. Because every time you turn around, you got another one of these miscellaneous ass niggas talking about he from the town. And this nigga from Reno somewhere, bro. You know what I'm talking about? So it was a lot of that. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of them niggas' origins, it wasn't even from the town, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga know somebody from the town. He started hanging. Somebody came out there to Reno and started hanging. But a lot of these niggas was the product of Sophie, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. I am not bullshitting with you. A lot of them niggas that I ran across up here, bro, was a product of old school Sophie. You know what I'm talking about? That was their introduction to the town. So it's a lot of motherfuckers that was hanging out in Reno, hanging out with them, and just automatically start claiming the town. Coffee Chronicles. But anyway, man, I'm listening to a motherfucker. He just flashed on his partner for nothing or something. His partner ended up taking he kicked his partner. Man, it was just some weird shit. And me just listening to that whole motherfucking thing, bruh. And when you hear it, it's just like I don't know if this nigga has some size on him or something too. Y'all start worrying about that shit too, bro. A lot of times you'll psych yourself out, bro. Just because this nigga big don't mean he can fight, folks. It don't, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You'll realize how many niggas that's big that can't fight, bro. Them niggas is just used to using that shit as a like a defense mechanism. Man, them niggas be like Terry Crews, folks. Hit one of them niggas in the nose, bruh. That nigga gonna squint just like anybody else, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. And I done seen that, bruh. I done seen hella big niggas that couldn't even fight, bruh. Just got everybody spooked, nigga. That's how them other races be getting y'all to be a big ass essay or a big ass white boy or something, and everybody just be talking about how big he was. I told you how we got on task. You know what I'm talking about? But nobody else finna do nothing, bruh. They was finna sit there and let that big ass wool whoop on that nigga, bruh. With nobody finna do nothing, please. Told you what Buck Lattimore told me after that. I opened the eyes on Santa Rita after that one. I ain't bullshitting with you. I opened the eyes of Santa Rita after that one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they kind of knew bro didn't care after that one. They knew bro was gonna help the people. I was all in for the people. You know what I'm talking about? Cause we was up there with hell. I was a youngster too. We was up there with a man. We was up there with a big ass nigga. I can't remember where this nigga was from. That nigga was from the '90s somewhere, bro. That nigga was bigger than Suge Knight, bro. Didn't bust a move. They was finna let that nigga get whooped and start talking about him. I told you in my lifetime, I've changed a bunch of conversations. I have. I have rerouted a bunch of conversations. I ain't bullshitting with you. And this video right here ain't about me trying to be tough or me trying to be the ultimate warrior or something like that. It has nothing. I just as I go back in my lifetime and talk about shit that I have done. You know what I'm talking about? I just be seeing where y'all uneven at. You know what I'm talking about? I could just see where y'all be uneven at. But long story short, the nigga told a story where basically he didn't look out for his partner, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? He basically nutted up on his partner just, it was some sucker shit to me. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we even get to weak warrior, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because we don't know how to treat our people. We'll leave our people up for fucking, we'll throw our people to the fucking wolves, bruh. We will. And that shit just made me just think about times, bruh. I don't even give a fuck if we was funking on the street, folks. Like, nigga, I remember one time we was in Santa Rita, our bullshit, you know, Coffee Chronicle. Y'all, hold on, let me put some warmth on this. Look, man, I had to get some warmth on that thing, man. Yeah, I remember one time I'm in Week Warrior Wednesday, man. This is gonna be a long video. It's gonna go all over the place. But I can remember I was in Santa Rita one time, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a youngster. You know what I'm talking about? This is back when it was just 700 though. You know what I'm talking about? This was before all the bullshit. Just back when it was 7 Love. You know what I'm talking about? I'm up in there, man. This nigga Lil Lou come up in there, right? Now Lil Lou, I'm cool with the Bruce Lee motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Lil Lou done got into it with the real Bruce Lee though, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga know that same shit, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Little short nigga named Chino. I think this nigga from Frisco or something. My nigga was up in there. He was trying to give my nigga a life for killing the police dog. You know what I'm talking about? And nigga, the police dog chased Chino up under the house, man. Chino done put the motherfucking dog in one of them Bruce Lee movies, bro, and killed the dog, right? But this nigga really know that shit. Lil Lou. They finna send Lil Lou up in there with Bruce Lee. Lil Lou getting to it with him, right? Now Lil Lou, he don't know no better. Lil Lou ain't nothing but about 4'1", man. You know what I'm talking about? Lil Lou, at this point in time, he fresh in off the street, man. Lil Lou, 98 pounds, soaking wet. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know how Lil Lou is, though. He talking shit to Bruce Lee and them. Now look, even though I was cool with Bruce Lee, ain't no way in the world, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna, not on my watch. You know what I'm talking about? It was just gonna be us and everybody gets up in there from 700, nigga, against Bruce Lee. You know what I'm talking about? But nigga, ain't nobody finna let no another race do nothing. But I just like, nah, man, do all that, man. Lil Lou was my celly. You know what I'm talking about? I ended the whole thing right there. You know what I'm talking about? Because I told you I was cool with Bruce Lee. He was the power worker. My nigga Chino from Frisco. He was one of them. He was in serious mob business too. He was one of them. What you call them, motherfuckers? One of the ones, them niggas that be with the business for real though, man. Them niggas that sell you fireworks, all kind of cannons, and Triad. He was one of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? He used to be up there, man. He was in the big business. He was in, he was with the real mob. You know what I'm talking about? He was with big business. But I said all that to say, I'm not gonna sit there and let one of my motherfucker, and we ain't even from the same spot. You get what I'm saying? He from Greenside. I'm from MacArthur. I'm Bandit. You know what I'm talking about? One way boy. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, that's back when it was just 7 Love anyway. It was just 700. You know what I'm talking about? 7 Love. But ain't nowhere in the world, nigga. Somebody that I know actually from the streets, bruh. I don't give a fuck if we was cool or we not cool, bruh. I'm not finna sit there and you from my motherfucking, you from my neck of the woods, bruh. And, let something happen to you, bruh. That's just, you know what I'm talking about? Whether I like you or don't. You know what I'm talking about? That shit, like, nah, folks. Nah, bruh. Because at the time you in jail, it's something bigger than that, bruh. That's why, like, they tell you, I don't know about where y'all from or y'all states and shit, but when we used to go to jail when we was younger, bro, all that shit you had on the streets, that shit, once you went to the penitentiary, you had to leave that shit at the door. Yeah, it wasn't all that, all that turf shit, no, man. You had to leave that shit at the door, nigga. Nigga, you better, nigga, get up in there, nigga, and, be into it with somebody talking about from the streets. Now, sometime if it was something too drastic or whatever, bro, you still gonna get DP'd if you act. You still gonna get DP'd even if you, you going to handle your business. You still had a, you still was gonna get DP'd. But them OGs didn't play that shit, bruh. You couldn't bring that bullshit street mumbo jumbo up in the penitentiary, bruh. No, that shit was black. Everything was black, nigga. I ain't bullshitting with you. Yeah, you couldn't bring that street mumbo jumbo up in there. No, you'll get DP'd. You'll get DP quick as a motherfucker. The OGs didn't play that shit back then. But I'm not, nigga, if I know you from my section, bruh, you just gonna be up in my cell. But just the way he was explaining it, bruh, like you could tell whoever gave bruh his jail rules was a sucker. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why I don't even fault bruh, cause sometimes because you could tell like he was a green motherfucker, just went to jail and he learned. Depending on who you learn from, bruh, it's just like life. Nigga, you'll be going around jail doing that sucker shit too. This nigga talking about he had like, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, bruh. But the way this nigga was talking, you would think that he was it almost sounded like that nigga got groomed by one of them petty ass lifers. Because that's what they won't tell you in the penitentiary, nigga. The lifers is petty as a motherfucker, bruh. Not all of them, but a lot of them lifers is petty, nigga. A lot of them lifers be the one that's telling this shit. Because you around there fucking they program up. So them lifers will tell like a motherfucker because they figure that's their house. You just visiting. So them lifers will go on about extreme measures, you know what I'm talking about, to keep their little program going smooth. On some real shit. But it just sound like whoever gave that nigga his rules was one of them petty ass lifers. Cause this nigga only had 3 years and he was just the way he was speaking to the nigga that he really knew from the streets didn't even make no sense, folks. That nigga was giving that nigga some rules like he had life or something, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what I'm saying, bro. This is why you really don't never want to go to jail. Because jail is the internet in real life. It is. Jail is worse than the internet because it's real life. But the same shit is the same shit. Weak Warrior Wednesday. You gonna see the suck ass nigga. He up in there around all his partners though, so he acting tough. You just gonna see all the shit, bro. In real life, you gonna see all the shit. You feel me? You gonna see all the shit. But Weak Warrior Wednesday, the way dude telling the story, and I just didn't get it. It just sounded like some sucker shit to me. The way he did his own folks that he knew. You know what I'm talking about? If you knew somebody from the neighborhood, whether y'all was the best of friends or not, because like the way he explained it, bro, was like it wasn't his partner. Like he didn't know this nigga from the street. You get what I'm saying? Nigga, you in the cell with a nigga, bro. Y'all, you kind of get tight with a nigga you in the cell with because y'all in the cell together. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga was saying some shit like, man, you ain't gonna eat every time he was just giving that nigga some cold rules, bro. You get what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. You know what I'm talking about? And it's just like, that's the person you is, bro. Like, even if I didn't like a nigga, bro. Even if I didn't like a nigga, I don't. Now, I've been, during my jail tenure, or that's the right word, you know, I bred in this vocabulary. I have been fortunate enough to get some good cellies. Out of all my time in jail, bro, I haven't had more than like 6 bad cellies ever. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. And that's a blessing in itself. I ain't had no more than like 6 bad cellies. Now some of the cellies I done had, I done had some of the worst cellies ever that you could have in jail. But out of my whole tenure, I might have had just like 6 motherfuckers like, man, I can't deal with this. But even then, bro, I'm not built, I'm not wired, bro, and this might be my bad. I'm not saying this is I'm not wired to sit here and just eating the nigga face and all that shit, bro. I can't do that, bro. Even if I don't like you or nothing, bro. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna go on and put some of this shit on 3, I'm gonna pile this shit up on 3 slices of bread for you or something, bro. Get you a bite to eat. I'm not wired like that, folks. I can't do that. Now, you might can. And I'm not saying that you a bad person for doing that. I'm just saying I'm not wired like that, bro. I can't just sit there and be rich and watch my nigga starve. I can't do that, folks. Weak Warrior shit. Wednesday. I ain't never been the nigga who could have an abundance of something, folks, and not want to give it to my people, folks. I ain't never been that person. You know what I'm talking about? I can't sit there and watch you. I wouldn't give a fuck if it's just me and my nigga. I can't sit there and watch 4 more mother or 20 motherfuckers jump on my nigga, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna have to be 20 motherfuckers jumping on 2. Coffee Chronicles. I ain't wired like that, bruh. I'm just wired to go down fighting. And if I get away, I suggest for the next 72 hours, you just steer clear. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm saying, man. I could go on and go on, bro. Like, if y'all just knew, you know what I'm talking about? This shit I got in my head. Crazy. I remember nigga came and got on us, bro, and I swear to God, for the next 30 hours, bro, like, I wasn't even on Earth. Like, for 30 hours, bro. That's how I know it's a God. I ain't bullshitting with you. I ain't bullshitting with you. That's how I know it's a God, bro. But for the next 30 hours, nigga, I wasn't even on Earth, bro. I was gone, nigga. I was gone, bro. It was like in them 30 hours, it was like I can't even explain it, blood. Like it's almost like how I be on this internet. That you realize I only been on here maybe nigga I done got you niggas like seven years worth of content, nigga, in about 2 years, close to 3 years, nigga. I done gave you 7 years worth of content, man. Don't say I ain't did nothing for you. Golden Warrior pace. You know what I'm talking about? In that 30 hours, it was something like that. Within that 30 hours, it was something like that. 7 years of content given. This shit crazy, man. Shout out to everybody who's still here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because I be seeing a lot of my partners that I grew up with still around this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Looking good, man. I see you. Y'all keep up, man. We had a rough one, didn't we? You know what I'm talking about? I'll be proud to see that shit. Like my niggas getting married and shit, and just niggas living life. You be seeing niggas, like niggas still gonna throw up that 7. You from where I'm from, you gonna throw up that 7. You know what I'm talking about? But that shit be cool seeing niggas with their kids and shit, and just you know what I'm talking about, grown and you know what I'm talking about. That shit was cool. I told y'all just the other day, nigga, old school, but old school Bakita hit me. You know what I'm talking about? My motherfucking partner. Old school Bakita hit me, man. You feel me? But yeah, Week Warrior Wednesday, man. It's gonna be a long video and it's gonna get all over the place. Y'all remember that? Cause this ain't just no jail video, bro. I just couldn't. The way that nigga described that story, bro, it ain't no way in the world. He must have didn't like that nigga for real on the streets. But it's too much weak warrior shit going on. It's that shit right there, bro. Because we living in a day and age where really it's a gang of weak motherfuckers out here and they just pick on the motherfuckers weaker than them. That's who they push the line on, motherfuckers weaker than them. Kind of how like y'all be dick riding the celebrities and shit. But when it come to regular people, that's who y'all got all the problems for. You really ain't got no problems for nobody popular. You know what I'm talking about? Or nobody really need to be having problems with. Weak warrior, bruh. That trolling shit, weak warrior shit. All that shit is like PC shit, folks. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you tough from an anonymous, like an anonymous caller. Like you just get a phone call and you answer it and it's a nigga on the other end just threatening you and shit. You get what I'm saying? That's all trolling is. You know what I'm talking about? You get threats from an anonymous caller. A nigga just call your phone. I'm gonna kill you when I see you, and I bet not see you because I'm gonna kill you and all that shit right there. And hang up. But like if they really wanted a problem, they'd just let you know who it was. Y'all probably meet up at a park or something to go, you know what I'm talking about? But it's just bullshit, all that weak warrior shit, bro. And just as the people, especially black people, we ain't even strong no more. There's a few of us still strong, but as a whole, we weak as a motherfucker. And everybody else see that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't even really like coming up here saying that shit, really. To keep it real. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't even know how we get back together. Keep it real. We on some weak warrior shit though. And that shit just killed me. And that's how we even get to this day, Weak Warrior Wednesday. Because when he was telling that story, bruh, That was just some bullshit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? It was just some bullshit on the motherfucker you call your so-called partner. It was like you was treating your partner like a nigga you didn't like. You know what I'm talking about? And as people, I peep how we do that. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's just like them stories I told you. Like when you be in jail, and I'm not the bully type ass nigga. And but I told you I hate when that nigga, like I told y'all when we was on the turf, the nigga that everybody be picking on and shit. The moment you try to treat that nigga cool, he gonna try to jump bad with you, and it's fucked up that you like. It's like you can't even treat a nigga like that normal, and that's fucked up. Cause even if you treat the nigga like that normal, he gonna think you something weak. You know what I'm talking about? That shit crazy. But it's like that. Then the nigga start trying to talk crazy to you and shit, cause you trying to treat the nigga like a human. Coffee Chronicles. Y'all hold on, let me go put some more warmth on this coffee. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about when I warmed this thing up. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Come ride with me. You know what I'm talking about? But all that shit gonna tie into this weak warrior shit. Cause the way y'all do it now, y'all do weak warrior shit kind of like on that leverage shit. And like I said, in the end, that's all gonna tie in. But all this shit is a big part of us not being able to be together. See, y'all don't even know, like, they got us fucked up, folks. It's like, just the way you think, you fucked up, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. And I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. They got us, we the strongest people, folks, but they got us separated. So that's where we weak at. And that's why they keep us separated. You get what I'm saying? Because if we was all together, we the strongest thing out here, folks, and they know that. That's why they trying to talk you niggas into getting them operations and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Walk around here with your wrist flimsy. Then rain face having ass nigga. Ooh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Piano playing that. But that's why they got us like this, man. But let me explain something to you silly ass niggas. Come here. Listen, folks. We don't even know how to move as a unit. Say you got a nigga and a bitch. This is how goofy they got you, folks. And it's just it's some more of the weak warrior shit, bro. This shit go all the way around the board. They got you thinking like a weak warrior, bro. They got you say it's the all right, we're gonna give it the best scenario. Cause this the one that don't never work. If you a nigga and you broke, this the one that don't never work. Say you could be dead broke as a nigga. You fucking with a bitch. The bitch I don't know, she got a job, so she bringing in all the money. The little nigga, he really ain't I don't know. He broke. He get a little side hustle here or there. You know what I'm talking about? But you putting it together. See, this is what y'all don't know how to do. See, the person who's making the money, you fucking with a motherfucker that you looking down upon, cause you listening to the world. So you sitting here criticizing the shit that you call yours. Something straight out of comic book, right? So the way you thinking now is you make the money. So see, a motherfucker who don't make the money will never be. It takes a special person to listen, folks. But the motherfucker who ain't never making the money, Brett, ain't gonna never listen to a motherfucker who making the money, even though the motherfucker who ain't got a dime right now might be smart. But you don't know how to work as a unit. You know what I'm talking about? Because you making the money in your mind put you above the motherfucker who ain't making none. And you might be one making the money, ain't got a lick of sense. You don't want to do nothing but whatever you want to buy. The nigga with the sense sound like, nah, man, we could do this and do this and do that. But because he ain't making a dime, it sound like he just talking. Even though he might have the best direction for you. Weak Warrior Wednesday. And this is how we because we don't know how to move as a unit. We don't. Now the motherfucker who make the money, say you make enough money to take care of everybody, and the nigga did everything else. Or if the nigga was making all it, but you don't really have that problem with niggas, bro. You get what I'm saying? Cause when niggas be on top of the game and getting they pecans, they don't sit there. Well, some of you niggas do now, cause you're getting like the bitch. But niggas don't really sit there and badger the bitch about being broke and shit like that. So you don't really get that from niggas. You know what I'm talking about? You get that more from the bitch. Cause the nigga could be making all the money, he ain't gonna really be like. He don't, you know what I'm talking about? Niggas don't really badger the bitch like, oh, you broke ass bitch, you ain't got a job, do something. Niggas don't really be tripping. They just pay shit. You get what I'm saying? It's the bitches who that shit like count to. That be kind of like keeping score, but you niggas get more like bitches now, so y'all be keeping score in your own right too. But weak warrior Wednesday, because like say okay you was doing that, but the nigga was taking care of everything else, so all the business was getting straight. It ain't like the nigga just sitting around. He taking care of the little ins and outs. Right there, bro, you could get somewhere like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because you're not looking at yourself as doing everything. You just going to get the money. You just playing your part. Kind of how like the essays do it. But the reason we can't play our part, because whatever part we play, we going to act like it's the biggest part. And that's why we can't never run as a unit. We going to act like whatever the fuck we do is greater than what somebody else do. We always feel like we doing too much, no matter what we doing. You know what I'm talking about? And a lot of times that's why we just don't get enough done. Because we too busy sitting there acting like the shit we doing is bigger than everything everybody else doing. Weak Warrior Wednesday. I ain't bullshitting with you. So instead of you seeing the way you perceive it, you just acting like you working harder than everybody else. You know what I'm talking about? But the nigga might be over here taking care of the kids. The nigga might be going to just all this shit that needs to be done while you at work. So you don't have to come home and do the rest of the shit. You get what I'm saying? You wouldn't even look at that as you was moving and progressing. You wouldn't. You would just look that you're the only one working. You wouldn't even look at the fact that everything is getting done. You wouldn't even look at the fact that you just playing your part because y'all don't know how to move as a unit. Y'all only know how to move as an individual. And when you move as an individual, Weak Warrior Wednesday, you think like an individual. So you're not even gonna see in that situation right there how you were being helped. You ain't gonna even see in that situation right there how another motherfucker took the load up off you. You ain't gonna even see it that way. Because you just gonna see that this motherfucker not working and you working. But you ain't even seeing that this motherfucker done picked up the slack everywhere else. You know what I'm talking about? Because we just judge what we do. You know what I'm talking about? And we criticize what everybody else do. Weak Warrior Wednesday. And what that does is it give you that prize mind state. So you walking around here and somehow we got to have a bidding war for what you call yourself the prize. So this is what a nigga's in the bidding war for. Or bitches in the bid. Y'all something straight out of comic book. But for the most of you, that's why you can't get nowhere, bro, because you don't know how to move as a unit. You too busy making the shit, whatever it is you do, you too busy maximizing that. Acting like that's just hella much and just more than what everybody else does, bro. And when everybody just accept their role and play their part, that's how you get progress. And you ain't gonna get progress until that point right there, folks. Coffee Chronicles. But most people think Weak Warrior Wednesday. Most people think in the terms like they doing too much already. Coffee Chronicles. And on my mama. That's why the essays move so fluently. That's how they able to progress so fluently, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. Because everybody for the greater good. They'll get 30 motherfuckers in one house and gradually the motherfuckers will move to another house and they just keep the cycle, bruh. Cold program. You know what I'm talking about? The machine for real. And that's just how you keep it because ain't nobody part bigger than the part. One motherfucker, they have man and woman out there selling flowers. They got the other motherfuckers at the tire shop. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers putting air in your tires. The other motherfuckers mechanic. They just got something for everybody to do. Everybody play their part. We can't do that because the motherfucker who's selling flowers is going to act like They should have been pumping air. And the motherfuckers who pumping air gonna feel like they been out in the sun too long. Just everybody, they overrate their part instead of just playing it. So then what you do, you create the idea in your head like somehow you working harder than somebody else. Like you pumping air is in the sun is working you working way harder than the motherfucker who gotta stand up selling flowers. Then you get the rating the shit you do. Then you want to start holding leverage. Talking about what you ain't gonna do. You know what I'm talking about? Our mindsets is fucked up. They got you individualized, bruh. So it's almost like you're incapable of even working with somebody. Because you're going to start feeling some kind of way. That's when the jealousy kick in. That's why the Fat Boys broke up. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. What you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Then the Fat Boys broke up. I ain't bullshitting with you. Week Warrior Wednesday. From the trolling to the selective outrage when you gonna say something, because people seldom get loud when it's a real threat. You get what I'm saying? People seldom are brave enough to say what they really want to say. I ain't talking about like just be stupid like somebody that drew down on you and say one more thing. I ain't talking about like that. But like people just be selective. You know what I'm talking about? And whatever I got to say, I just got to say it. Whenever, wherever. You know what I'm talking about? Depending on how I'm feeling. To keep it real. Because sometimes a motherfucker be talking, it ain't even no need to say nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you already know, you already know where it's going. You know what I'm talking about? That's why some of y'all should be quiet. Because you'll keep on talking. A motherfucker try to be quiet to let you shut up. But you'll keep on talking. Week Warrior Wednesday. Like you gonna do something and you ain't even prepared. You ain't even prepared, folks. Something straight out of comic book. Week Warrior Wednesday though, folks. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, man, I've just always been one to keep the game clean. I don't like to pick on people. I don't like to tease people. That's just not my cup of tea. I don't like when people going through shit, like all that shit. Like I'm not happy or satisfied because somebody else going through something. I ain't just never been that person. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not the person looking for the excuse not to you know what I'm talking about? Y'all know how that shit'll be. A motherfucker come over there, a motherfucker you think you could pick on, they been to say something, you been ready to go to war. But a motherfucker you ain't too sure about, that's when you want to start coming to getting an understanding and shit. Like you'll sit around there and be tough with your partners all day. Talking about what you do, then another motherfucker come from somewhere else. That's who you want to get an understanding with. You don't want to get an understanding with your partner. You ready to kill your partners in them. You ready to fight your partners in them. But some niggas come from somewhere else. You want to talk shit out and all that. I ain't never like that shit right there, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. Never. I always thought that shit was sucker shit. Week Warrior Wednesday. Because I promise you, if you ever get to the mindset where you know there's only one conclusion from here on, you ain't even tripping no way. You not. Coffee Chronicle. There can only be one. God damn, man. Nephew says old man, old lady. Nephew says old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles, man. Y'all ain't never been through shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's why it's so easy for y'all to download that Weak Warrior Wednesday shit. On some real shit. On some real shit. From the trolling to the backbiting to the way niggas is, the gossip to the, you know what I'm talking about? To you want to sit back, you want to watch all the, everybody else's life. You know what I'm talking about? You want to watch everybody else's mistakes, everybody else's triumphs and shit, right? And then you want to sit back and tell the next person who really living that shit what they should have did. Or what you would do. And you'll sit up right here and tell a nigga like me, you not sitting up here playing fantasy games. That's why a lot of people just can't come talk about what they doing, folks. And I ain't talking about come up here and tell all the people your business, but that's why motherfucker can't never just give you no inspiration, no motivation, nothing. That's why motherfucker can't never really tell you nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Because motherfucker too busy trying to tell you about somebody else. You get what I'm saying? On some real shit. Go live your own life, folks. Fuck these people. On some real shit. Or sit around this motherfucker and download that Weak Warrior shit if you want to, folks. You feel me? Download that shit if you want to. And watch how your ass end up getting stuck. Cause in the end, bro, I keep telling you, bro, you not gonna, in the end, you ain't gonna, you can't give a fuck. I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. Cause shit just gonna happen. So in the end, you can't really give a fuck. Weak Warrior Wednesday. You know what I'm talking about? And the way y'all building people around this motherfucker now, it's like y'all take genuine and good people, like y'all take that shit for a weakness. Like if you went over there and asked a motherfucker, could you borrow $10 and they gave it to you? Like you would sit there and somehow think that was this nigga's a sucker. He actually gave me $10. And you'll just keep asking that nigga for $10 every time you seen him. Y'all don't even understand what genuine is. You don't. Y'all go out y'all way damn near seem like to use and abuse the people who might really care for your raggedy ass. Then you sit around and try to be your best person with people you don't even know. Real to Bizarro. Y'all something straight out of comic book. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. What'd you say, bro? Old lady. They say, what's wrong with you, blood? Yo, talk about why you fuck with it like that. Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, bro. Weak Warrior Wednesday. They just got you running around this motherfucker with a weak ass mentality. That's why you see black people attack other black people with a rage, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Just watch how, like, nigga, black people attack other black people with a rage, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And when it comes to other people, they got understanding, folks. They got understanding. I told y'all they giving you some, y'all see all this shit now. This shit is now, entertainment purposes. We gonna talk all this shit, but if I happen to bump into you for real, we gonna come to a common ground. Because, you know, that shit just internet shit. We can't spread the love, though. It gotta be the disrespect. We can't just say it's internet shit with the love. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bruh. But just notice that. Weak Warrior Wednesday. How you just in a rage, nigga. You ready to kill your own people, or what's supposed to be your own people. Look how it is when the people who ain't your own people come around now. You want to get the hugging, shaking hands, get understanding and shit. You ain't got that for your brother, though. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bruh. Straight out of comic book. You know what I'm talking about? We sit around this motherfucker and try to destroy each other and help the other motherfuckers build. You try to destroy each other and help the other motherfuckers get rich. And you know what'd be funny to me? Like, yo, we brainwashed, bro. We just brainwashed. You know what's hella funny? You ain't heard this from me, though. Like, I'm gonna go with this computer shit. Like, say even if you, the motherfuckers who you might call a motherfucker a culture vulture. You know what I'm talking about? But you saying that, you still promoting them, whoever you talking about. You notice how a motherfucker that might be big, they don't never just they won't never for a long period of time, because they'll come around every now and then and run some con on the little people. You know what I'm talking about? They'll run some con on you like you finna be big. Like one of these big people, say Jay-Z come out here right now. They'll do that for a month or two, you know what I'm talking about, until they run whatever con they was trying to run. But guarantee you it's gonna have something to do with their channel. Promise you. Two things gonna come out the miscellaneous movements. Some money, and they gonna ask you to do something they wouldn't do. So Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, somebody could come around here and just say, I don't know, start big up in the little channels. But they gonna have you tagging their name or something. They gonna do something with the little channels to where they channel also gonna be getting traction from all these little channels that think they finna go big. You know what I'm talking about? Because they dealing with the big person, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and them. Remember that. So that shit might come around here every now and then, bruh. But you know, there's nobody big just ever just continues to put the spotlight on the little people. You'll sit up here and keep talking about all the big people, whether you like them or not. You still promoting them by saying their name. You know what I'm talking about? You could, because your platform big enough now, man, where you could put the spotlight on the little people, like you was. See, y'all ain't gotta worry though. They ever let bruh get a steering wheel, bruh? I'm gonna show you. We gonna have fun, bruh. House party. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just gonna show you what love look like. I be trying to show you now, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna show you what love look like when bruh gets steering wheel. But all these people gonna do is try to tell you what you can't do and what you know what I'm talking about. They're gonna talk about what YouTube don't like and all. They're just gonna talk about a bunch of shit. You know what I'm talking about? Why you ain't, and they don't like this and they don't, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all the ones that keep fucking with other people's content. I guess that's what they don't like. You keep trying to argue people and, you know what I'm talking about, fucking with shit other people said. You could just come up here and say what you say. They shouldn't fuck with you for that. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody, I done heard about something that was about somebody else's content. You know what I'm talking about? But, yo, when Brett gets steering wheel, I'm gonna show you how, what this shit could look like. But on some real shit. I be tripping off that. How motherfuckers will come up here and like you'll say what you don't like or all that, bro, but you still promoting them people. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost like when like you don't want the little people to ever get big. Fuck them. That's some kind of threat to you some kind of way. Why you still promoting the motherfucker you talking about you don't like? Something straight out of a comic book. But a lot of motherfuckers could put the spotlight on the little people. Just think about all the big people you fuck with. Be over there and they chats and shit every day. You know what I'm talking about? Trying to be noticed, sending motherfuckers super chats and all that. Just think about them people. Have them people ever told they people about who you is? Man, please. We don't know how to move as a unit, bruh. We too scared somebody gonna become bigger than us. We too scared that somebody else gonna get a chance to be the man. And we can't have that. You should want all your people to be the same big. You don't want that though. You don't want the same thing for your brother as you want for yourself. Nah, you don't. You just want it for yourself. But just think about that, bro, because y'all be out here really dedicated and loving these people like they your real friends and shit, bro. These people, the biggest motherfucker in the world. You know how easy it is, bro. Just to give a little old you some free promotion. Repost your shit or something, bro. Just think about all the big people you fuck with. Now ask yourself, do they fuck with you? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all something straight out of comic book, bruh. But we could do better, but we ain't. You know what I'm talking about? Because like I said, you don't want the same thing for your brother. Even though you be reading that Bible, you don't want the same thing for your brother and sister as you want for yourself. You want it all to yourself. You don't want to help the next motherfucker because by you helping the next motherfucker, you more worried about if they pass you up and don't look out. Because you tired of helping motherfuckers and they just fucking you over and all that. That's why it just ain't no love out here, bruh. It ain't. And I get that too. Because we be running around here full of shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? All that deception, deceit, the 5-finger discount. You know what I'm talking about? We be out here with all that shit too, so I get it. But at the same time, you gonna have to start somewhere, folks. Somebody gonna have to start that shit. Real wide, man. Somebody gonna have to start that shit, bro. We gonna have to get up out these mess pools. Yeah, these mess groups where motherfuckers just piling up, talking about each other, putting motherfuckers down and shit. Y'all done did that shit for the last years. Y'all ain't tired of that shit yet? Like, goddamn, nigga. Like, you ain't ran out of shit to gossip about that, nigga. You ain't got no emergency brake on your lip, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? They say that's how your tongue got gas. God damn, nigga. All that gossip. That's how your tongue got gas, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But on some real shit, and I'm finna get up out of here, man. Like this week, Warrior Wednesday, bruh. They done made us weak. They done made us weak where to the point, nigga, we don't know how to do nothing but fight each other. We ain't got no more fight in us for the other people, nigga. We hella nice and shit to other people. We just ready to kill our own. You know what I'm talking about? Other people could do us wrong. We ain't tripping off that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we ain't got no more fight for the other people you have. You niggas running around here with your wrist flimsy and shit, man. Like, oh, man. It's fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up. Like I say, I'm in the car with you with my seatbelt off, man. Yeah, I'm in the car with you, man. I'm right here with you. But on this week, Warrior Wednesday, man, like, you niggas got to get some to yourself, man. Because you niggas ain't got it now, bruh. Niggas, just the people, period, nigga. We hollow inside, folks. We is, bruh. All we know how to do is destroy each other, bruh, and help the other people get rich. You know what I'm talking about? You'll help a nigga get rich you claim you don't like. You know what I'm talking about? When you could just turn around and help the little person behind you, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Why you up here screaming them people's name that you don't like, bro? You can go shout out to little people. You ain't gotta have the mindset like, man, I don't like what that nigga be talking about. I don't fuck with him and all that shit. Like y'all be doing now, bro. You act like you got it. Like if you fuck with a motherfucker, like it just gon', even though you just want a nigga to hit the like button on your shit, right? And I don't even care about that shit one way or the other. You know what I'm talking about? If you notice, I don't talk about it. But it's just funny to me how y'all do that shit. But y'all gotta examine another motherfucker video. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta watch it to see if you like what they talking about or something. If you fuck with somebody, just hit all that shit. Repost that shit real quick, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That shit don't really take that long if you fuck with them. But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.